And now we're live on YouTube. Okay, there we go. And we can also start with questions. So I'll ask you part one questions. Would that be okay with you, Myrna? Part one question, and then we'll take cue card, and then part three if we still have time. Okay. And about Hashim, okay, we can also do that, Hashim, with you, but I'll take Myrna first for now. And do you have questions ready with you, Hashim? Maybe you can take turns, Myrna and yourself, and then me will ask questions.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. So do you have? Okay. So Myrna, what are your questions? I just have to change just do the gallery for now. Okay, your questions are about, I'll give you your part one question would be 4 questions, and I'll give you questions about singing.
Oh.
Okay. We'll see. Do you like singing and why?
Yeah, so unfortunately, I'd say that I'm not really good at singing, and I don't have any sense of music actually.
Okay.
But sometimes I listen to music, I mean, it's all genre. There is no specific genre of music.
Okay. That's good enough. Now your second question, have you ever learned how to sing? Like when you were a child, did you go to a training at school or private tutorial?
Yeah, so when I was a student in primary school, so I joined my school choir. But yeah, because in my country every year, especially in August, when we celebrate our Independence Day, our country's Independence Day, so there is such as a competition, especially choir or yeah, something like that. So I joined in my school group.
Okay.
But just in a primary school. After that, never join anymore.
Okay. Oh, okay. So you said that you don't like singing. I don't know if you really don't like singing or you just feel like you're shy. But anyways, so if you could sing, who do you like to sing for?
Let's say when I could sing, so I probably would sing for my children.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, because I believe that I don't feel shy if I sing in front of my children, but just for my children, not in
Okay.
front of others.
So your children would be very fortunate. Can you imagine? You don't like singing, but for them, okay, you can want to sing for them. That's really good. Okay, your last question for part one. Do you think singing can bring happiness to people?
Yes, of course. Because singing just can't be like therapy, especially when people feel stressed or let's say they feel so tired after doing lots of activities. So singing a song can be like something yeah, we can use as therapy or how to say soothe our feeling.
Okay. Yeah, it can be a stress reliever.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, that's I want to say stress. I forgot. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, I think I feel the same. I'm with you with that. All right, so let's welcome One Plus, but he said he's Pradip, so I'm gonna change his name. Pradip, if you can also turn on your camera. Okay, I'll just rename Pradip because okay, there you go. You guys can say hi also, and if possible, turn on your cameras. I know Hashim said he's shy. Pradip, are you there? Your mic is on, Pradip, but I can't hear. I don't hear any sound from you just yet. Okay, we can proceed to, okay, just to let you know, Pradip, your mic is on, but I can't hear anything. So I'm not sure if you're trying to say something or, and Hashim is muted. You can unmute if you want to say something, Hashim.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
First, I'm Hashim from Jordan.
Yeah.
My English is not good, but I will try.
Yeah, you can speak at least. Yeah, you can. If you can speak basic, this is the purpose of our platform, to practice so that you can improve, right?
Right.
Okay. So yeah, I admire your courage and keep it up. You're doing a great job, Hashim.
I
Hashim.
hope so. Thank you.
Hashim. Okay. All right. So we'll take Myrna again for her cue card. Myrna, do you wanna work on the cue card that I sent earlier?
Let me open first.
Yeah. So it's there. I sent it again. Describe something that you have shared with others or you have shared with another person, and your bullet points. What did you share? When did you share it? And who did you share it with? And finally explain why you shared it, or how you felt about sharing that thing. Okay, I'll give you 1 minute to prepare, and then I'll let you know when it's time to start to speak for your 2 minutes. Okay? All right, your 1 minute starts now. Also, I want to tell everyone, especially Hashim, I'm also shy, and that's one motivation. That's a motivation for me when creating this platform, so that I'll have a, like I have a. All right, so it's time, Myrna. You can start your 2 minute.
Okay.
Without interruption.
Quite nervous.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So I'm going to tell about one thing that I've already shared with others. So actually, I'm a lecturer. So I've already shared my knowledge to my students. And I've been teaching since 2013. So I am a lecturer, especially in pharmacology department, and my passion is teaching. I love teaching so much. So that's why after graduating from my university, I decided to be a lecturer. And by sharing my knowledge, what thing that I've already known to my students, I'd say that I feel more satisfied, especially when my students gave me like a feedback. So it's a very satisfying when I got their feedback and they said that I love your teaching methods and I understood about your explanations in the classroom. But currently, I'm not teaching my student anymore because last year I decided to take time off from my job as a lecturer. But I still share to my friends about my knowledge, even though it is a little bit about my English knowledge. So sometimes I also opened a meeting when I have free time, and then I share everything that I've already known to my friends.
Okay. Well, just the right time when you stop.
It is enough.
Yeah. It's just like 1 second or split second, I guess. So that's really good. You know your timing. I mean, yeah, so many, if not talking more than 2 minutes, it can be like less than 2 minutes, but you just kind of nailed it right on time. Okay, so Myrna, I want to commend you in your um in your part one questions. One of those questions that I asked, especially the one when I used the, and I will also talk about this one, the cue card. Anyways, I asked you, I kind of used the conditional conditional question, like if. You remember that? And I said, if you could sing.
Yes,
And
yes.
I made a mistake when I said, if you could sing, who do you want to sing for? It should be, who would you want to sing for, right? And
Yeah.
you answered just correctly using the conditional sentence that if I could sing, I would sing for my children. And I know the principle, I know the structure, but you know, I always make a mistake with this when it should be would, and I use the present tense. It should be the modal verb. Anyways, like I commend you for that because you didn't get distracted with how I use the verb, and you could still use your conditional sentence perfectly. You could answer the question in a conditional structure. Anyways, so now about your cue card, and you use the word share, and I know that I also, this is my common mistake. This is kind of like, even though I know the principle, I know what's correct and what's incorrect. So share with or share to. I actually have a video about that. So which one is correct? Share with or share to?
Yes, I'm not really sure, but sometimes maybe this is my mistake. I
Okay.
use share to and I use share with.
Okay, because I noticed I heard you 2 times in the beginning and kind of
With.
in last. You said to. I shared to the students. I shared or something, but the correct way of using when you use share, it's always with. But like I said to you, even though I know about this, but I always use to instead of with.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, share with.
Yeah,
Yes.
always share with. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
And sometimes I use in, share it in the group. But I know that you can also, I'm gonna review it, but I know it's always safe to use with. I share it with someone, I share it with my students, I share it with the group. So never share to, it's always share with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So also, I'm still struggling about preposition like the, in, on, at.
Oh, tell me
Quite
about it.
tricky.
That's always, yeah, that's why I need to practice, because what I've learned already from, studying from my course or whatever, from since I've started learning English, I've learned all those things. But the thing is, when I start speaking, I still make mistakes. And that's kind of very frustrating, but I just have to always, push myself, because if I get discouraged, then yeah, I'm going nowhere.
Yes.
So what we've learned from our studies, our courses, English courses, we can apply it here, because this is the time when you can really speak them, speak those sentences that you've learned. You think you know, but once you speak, then that's how you also know whether you make mistakes, even though you know already, right?
Right.
You know what's correct and what's incorrect. I think so we are good for now. And do you have anything to say, Myrna? Do you want to kind of touch on something? Oh, so let's get back to Hashim. Hashim and Pradeep.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So Hashim and Pradeep, do you want to speak or practice a little bit? Myrna, I'll get back to you, okay? Okay. So
Okay.
if there's something you want to say, you suggest, Myrna, just save it, and now we'll do that after Pradeep and Hashim. Pradeep and Hashim, you guys want to talk, practice a little bit, just introduce yourselves maybe.
Yes, of course.
Okay, Hashim, so do you want to introduce yourself? You mention your what's your purpose in learning English, and yeah, just
Okay.
not personal, but something you can share with us.
Yes. My name is Hashim. I'm 22. I graduated from university. My major is economy. I am looking for right now. I am looking for a job in my country. The jobs in my country in Jordan, or the companies in my country requires who know speaking English. So right now, currently, I will improve my English speaking.
Okay. Okay. So I think you are in the right place, Hashim. And yeah, just keep doing it. I know you said you are shy. I've been very shy, but this
Yes.
platform really helps me. So I keep going.
Yes.
I encourage you to keep going,
I
and
hope so.
maybe next time you can show your face to us too. I
All
think,
right.
yeah, it helps when it comes to your confidence. So that's why I encourage everyone to turn on their cameras, because that would help you also overcome your shyness. Do you agree with me, Hashim?
Of course.
But that's understandable. You're 22 years old, you're very young, and you're
Yes.
a fresh graduate, but I admire you. You already kind of like go on this adventure in learning English, learning a second language when it comes to your work. So that's very, very commendable. So keep it up.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have anything to say to Hashim, Myrna?
Um,
I'll ask Myrna to talk, Hashim. Maybe she wants to say something to you too.
Yes. So honestly, I'm a kind of introvert person as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes the
So sometimes I'm not confident to speak
okay.
in front of others, but um, the platforms such as Zoom meeting helps me a lot to
Mhm.
improve my speaking skills.
Okay, that's good.
So yeah, this is my experience during my journey in learning English.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So we're gonna take that from you that we can learn from you, Myrna. I think the three of us here, we are kind of introvert. I'm an introvert
Mm.
too. Now, Pradeep, yeah, you said good to see you, mom. I see your message, Pradeep. So do you wanna say something?
Thank you very much, ma'am. Nice to
Mm,
meet you.
Yeah, same here. So are you also shy like us?
Actually, I'm a little bit of introvert, so expressing of my talks or something like that is really tricky to explore in this situation. So let me try to explore a short clip myself as well in this platform, because after a long time, long time, that means 2 years back, at the beginning when I was starting my second language, especially English language learning processing,
Mm.
I connected with you, but at that time I didn't practice a lot to boost up my English capability to explore my opinion or something like that. So after a long time, I have connected with you again. So first of all, I will say thanks a lot to connect with you as a learner. I mean the second language learner. Okay.
Okay.
So first of all, I short introduce myself. I am Pradeep Kumar Das. Just you can call me Pradeep, and I'm come from Bangladesh. And I'm gonna try to abroad for a study purpose. I mean the academic IELTS, and it's my desire. When I was studying at the university, already I have completed my graduation and post graduation in 2010, because there are long gap between in my study. So now at this present and now at this moment, I was working as an assistant research and education officer in Bangladesh government services full time. So that's my short brief. And I'm married. I'm a little kid who is 4 and 5 years old,
Okay.
and I'm trying more and more to boost up my English learning process. And I'm really happy with connect with you again. So thanks a lot, ma'am.
Okay. It's a pleasure, Pradeep. It's a pleasure.
Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Thank you. Thank you for that um very it's very pleasant introduction. So yeah, but you said you are shy, but I admire you for your, you could speak really. That was maybe more than 2 minutes, but if you ask me to do that and it's my first time or after a long time without speaking, I would be really like always like pausing and don't know what to say next. But you could speak really fast, and that's very commendable. Yeah. So just keep up the good work, Pradeep.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So I hope you guys will join again. So Myrna, okay, there's something I want to tell you guys, all of you. When I said about share with, so Google it. That's what I do when there's something new that I need to learn or I'm not sure, or even though I'm already sure, but then I want to share it with somebody. So I'm using with. I want to share it with somebody. somebody, I have to look it up again. I will Google it and, type, for example, about share with, I would type which one is correct, share with or share to. And then Google would give me a lot of answers. So that's how I make sure that I'm sharing something with you or with others correctly or accurately. So you see, I kind of like, because I feel shy when I speak, so I have lots of hesitations and lots of pausing. So you can really tell why I admire those people who can just speak, have like fast, quick ideas in their heads, because me, it's just a challenge for me, although I kind of like, I want to speak fast, I want to get these ideas in my head out in my mouth. So all right, so that's my challenges. So anyways, so
Yeah, but I suppose not all people can speak fast. Just like me, I couldn't speak fast. Even though I use my first language, Indonesian language, there is still like a gap, or like not hesitation, but I can't speak fast, just like others that they can like that.
oh yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah. I'm the same even in my own language. But
Yeah.
sometimes, I just if I'm so excited, I can just speak very fast using my own language. Okay, Hashim. So yeah, all right. I saw that emoji. Okay, so I think we can call it a day right now, and we can meet up again on Wednesday. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Myrna, you're okay to end the session? We'll just wrap it up.
Yeah, so actually my weakness especially in speaking, is about how I can speak fluently. Because sometimes I lack of my ideas. And I'm still thinking about my grammar structure. That's why sometimes I stop for a while to think, or I stop because I think about what kind of idea that I have to convey, especially in speaking tests when I have to elaborate my idea. But when it comes to like normal, like we just speak normally, yeah, I can speak fluently. There is no hesitation. Yeah, so I have to cope this problem because I'm worried too much when I take the IELTS test, and then in speaking part there is like hesitations. I lack of my idea.
Okay, so I know I'm the same, but I learned, although I haven't applied it all the time, I do sometimes, but I still kind of like not always thinking that this is how you do it. So we have this, you know how our cue card goes, you describe something and then you have at least 4 bullet points. So you have the who, what, and let's say which, or when. And how. So that's your cue to elaborate your ideas. But to think of those is kind of distracting. Another thing is especially when we answer those part 3 questions, I have this ORE. It's like the acronym of O is opinion, is reasons, R is reasons, and then E is example. So I'll type it here, ORE. So just as ORE. So when you answer or when you want to elaborate your idea, for example, the question is, do you agree with this? And you say, I completely agree. So that's your opinion. Now you have to elaborate that. And
Yes.
it is your R, your reasons. Why do you agree? And it's because. So that's your how you elaborate your answer. And then after the because, you give an example.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's how I learn. Okay, let me think of an example. So for example, do you agree that children should use their cell phone as early as 10 years old?
Mhm.
And then you say, it's either I disagree or I agree. Okay, so for example, you say, oh, I agree. And the reason why I agree is it would help them max out their time. They don't have to go out to explore about something, let's say learn about flowers. They don't have to go out and really look for different flowers. They can just search on the internet. And for example, my kid, okay, so you are now in the example part. For example, my kid yesterday, she asked me about this and that, and she wanted to take, she wanted me to take her to this park. And so I said, because I didn't have much time, I said, okay, what about it? We'll just do it together. We'll just Google it about this plant, for example. So
Yeah.
that's how you elaborate. So that in that way, you are focused on something. You don't kind of like put in different ideas, and so you can focus on one thing. So you give your opinion, I agree, or you say disagree, and then you give your reasons why. So I think this is for all of us, Hashim and Pradeep.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
think of
this is
something.
the tricky ones of the part 3.
Mhm,
This part 1 is all about us, right? We
mhm,
can tell everything about ourselves. And in part 2, there is a cue card that can help us, the bullet points, 4 bullet points. But in part 3, we have to think about our opinion, state our opinion, our reason, and also our example.
mhm.
So
You can say
yeah,
generally,
maybe there is like
yeah, because it's a general thing in part 3. But like I said, you can also make an example as yourself, but you can say generally people would do this. They just they agree that it's good for a 10-year-old as early as 10 years old. Kids can use their cell phone because it's very, nowadays it's very useful for searching up information. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right. So I think we'll wrap it up. And I really enjoyed our
It's
discussion.
very
And
useful.
yeah. Okay. Okay, guys. So I hope to see
Hello,
you
ma'am.
on Wednesday.
Would
Yes.
you please give me one moment? I will tell my opinion about this.
Sure.
Your third part questions, tips and tricks is really helpful in my next speaking, especially on part 3. You explained that the one thing, one word reason, choose, and it then after then it elaborate and given an example. It's in one part. So I guess this is really similar to the writing task 2. First of all, choose the one reason, and then give my little opinion and then example. And it should be possible to give an a final task. I mean the conclusion in one sentences. This is okay in this part 2-3 questions.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. And it's easy to remember also your your cue. Like
Yes.
you have your opinion, R for a reason, and E for example. Yeah. If we can apply this, we are really good to go. But I know it's easier said than done. It's just normal. So
Yes, yes.
just keep practicing.
It's not really a easy job. This is really tricky when I will face in the real examination. So this absolutely tricky to I choose one particular reasons and explain about elaborately in the part 3 questions. But at this moment, I am trying to boost up my in all three parts. I mean the part 1, part Q, part 2, and part 3. So if I guess I desire, I will connect with you on every sessions from your consideration. So thank you very much again. I happy
Okay.
connect with you in this platform.
Okay, and thank you
Thank you
guys
very
for
much.
joining me. Okay, so I hope to see you
Yeah.
again. All right.
Okay. Can I add
Nice to see.
something, ma'am?
Okay, sure.
First, thank you for this meeting.
All right.
I have a question for you. Do you do this meeting every day?
I always share my schedule with the group, so it's there, the schedule. I think I sent you also Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and there is also time.
Okay, and this time?
Yeah, Wednesday is different and Friday is a different time also. I'll check if I can send you again the schedule. Okay, Hashim?
Okay, thank